Hey everyone, FPS Shazza here. Welcome back to Dangerous Waters Red Storm Rising Bastion Gambit. In this one, Soviet boomers are doing a lot of crazy stuff, so we're trying to track one of these bad boys from Gremiha down here further into the old, the White Sea, towards the White Sea. We're not going to go in the White Sea. But yeah, that is the state of affairs. Since the last stream, thanks to Crin SCO, Coffee and Nipples, and Red Soldier 47BR for following. Thank you. Silent but Deadly Hunter, hello. You'll be working on your college work. Get them. C's get degrees, you know what they say. No, work on your college work. Commando 90, hello. I'm getting the Pfizer. The Pfizer Wiser. Alright, what do we got? We got the old,
Retrieve the starboard towed array. How am I?
Starboard TB-23 out here. We don't need this much slack. Reel some of this bad boy in. We're shallow. Might as well check the comms while we're at it.
Raise the antenna. Chief of the watch eye. Raise the ESM.
Might as well see what kind of things are emitting out here as well. I don't know why the sub doesn't let you have autocrew ESM like Perry does. And every other platform, I think. That's it, Sam Snowdrift. Pretty quiet otherwise. No radio traffic.
Lower the ESM mast. Chief of the watch eye. Lower the antenna. Chief of the watch eye.
It probably is actually right about there. That's just the Oh, does ESM just default to a further range? Defaults to 20 miles? Okay. For anyone who's not as familiar with Dangerous Waters, when there's a line going to your contact, that means range is not known. Just defaults it to 10 miles away for sonar contacts, and it looks like 20 for ESM contacts, but this thing actually coincidentally is probably right around there somewhere. Did the old Moderna. Yeah, we'll see. The girlfriend's getting her second shot on Sunday. I actually got my first shot scheduled before her, and I made sure to tease her about it. So we'll see how the second Pfizer treats her. I heard it's worse in females. Or it can be worse in females. ESM does not have a range. Yes, anything passive doesn't really have a range. At least anything that's like mono-directional. Those periscopes on like tanks don't count when you got the two tubes that kind of like angle in. Country just stopped outright temporarily. Interesting. Oh, did I reel this thing all the way in? God damn it. Another thing to add to the wish list for the modern naval warfare guys. Let me stream this to a certain point. Looking pretty quiet out here. Might be a good little while before some boomer comes out of the barn, as it were. Might as well try and head that way.
Come left to course. 2, 1, 7. How am I?
The old classic, let's reel that in a tiny bit maneuver. You know it. Signal strength, that doesn't correlate to distance. Yeah, it would only correlate to distance if you knew that the emitter was, first of all, what the emitter exactly was and what power level it was emitting at. And even then, it's still kind of like a guess at further ranges, right? Because the atmosphere can mess with it. But in principle, you'd have to know all those other variables. All right, let's just chuck it here. Oh, South Center would be good. It is all quiet on the Western Front, y'all.
2, 1, 7.
This may not be a good course for me. Grimmy may be too, might be in the baffles here. Oh, it has indeed been 7 years since I played this mission, so I don't know how long it takes for this boomer to come out. We might just do some time lapse and throw up the auto crew here. We are a bit shallow, and the seas are pretty heavy, so that's definitely going to impact things. I don't know that we can really get away from that too much because of how shallow it is. Oh, close this crap out, dude. Playing some Terraria. What is Terraria? If you have two ESM masts, they're high definition enough, you could use interference and physics to calculate this distance. I'm assuming that's when we're talking about like on a sub where they're so close together that the error in bearing would be too great to do any kind of traditional triangulation. Does this campaign show the Royal Navy sub-arc with the Chicago? You do play as the Chicago, and you do have a convoy of Los Angeles-class subs. Don't remember, I don't think the Royal Navy subs come into play with that, a la spearfishing it up. I don't think that happens in the campaign. Oh, no. Is the toad finished turning? All right, time to use the good old time lapse there, buddy boy. Am I missing something? I'm getting like no ship noise. Or is it just very quiet for some reason? Oh, now the game is underneath the taskbar. I don't know why that was different before. Okay, let's fix that. Oh my god. It took like 100 feet for that off signal to register. Sub with a close distance between the masts, you can look at the phase difference between the signals and time delay of receiving and figure out distance, which is interference. I think the mast, one singular mast actually uses those principles to figure out direction at least. Okay, now we're getting pinged. Good. Oh, something just spawned in is what that means. Oh, we need our frequency sheet. All right, we're looking for nuclear sub single shaft. Maybe double shaft. Were most late Soviet boomers double shaft? Yeah, I wanted to say the Bori was like the first single shaft boomer the Soviets had. Was there ever a single shaft Soviet boomer before then? Because yeah, Hotel's dual, Delta's dual, Typhoon. About Yankee, that was dual shaft, huh? Okay, anyway, we're going to be probably expecting a Delta here. 5130. 140. Oh, there's a 130 right there.
Con sonar, I have a new contact. Bearing 172. Designated Sierra 2.
Oh, it did not mark the other one. No, it did. Did it? There's a tracker on it, but it didn't come up. That's weird. It's like putting a tracker on it, but it's not coming up. Oh, do I have autocrew TMA on? Get out of here. It's my job. At least until I say it's your job. We're going to assume a nice crisp 12 knots here, I think. We have no idea what I mean, it's military of some sorts pinging. I'm not getting own ship noises. I'm used to that hum of own ship noises. This guy sent out like 2 feeler pings and is now just kind of like whatever. Oh, who knows where this guy is? I don't know why I'm trying to enter this in. Any 2 points make a straight line. Honestly, at the moment, I would like to go completely due west for bearing rate purposes.
Come right to course 266.
There's not much else out here. I'm going to go for 7 knots, too. Am I going to cavitate at this depth at 7 knots? Probably going to lose the wire, though. Not as in lose it permanently, but it's not going to be able to stay at the surface at this speed. We're very close to actually snapping off. It's reeling in very slowly.
5 knots, maneuvering aye.
Just let that thing finish reeling in here. I don't know what's going on with this contact. It won't mark it. I think they're too close together. I think the game can't realize that I'm marking separate tracks. Oh, there's no conclusions to make from this data. They're too far. Not enough bearing rate.
Make turns for 7 knots, maneuvering aye.
Let's get a little deeper here.
Make my depth 080 feet. Dive aye.
Well, we are to the left of them. Maybe we should come further right. Don't worry about this solution. That was just TMA. Well, actually, I made that solution. It's not necessarily accurate. Well, maybe. These are some C's, dude. I feel like at 60 feet we'd have a hard time keeping depth control. These are some big C's. These could be like 10-meter C's. No, sorry, excuse me. No. 2 or 3 meter C's. Maybe 3 or 4. 10-meter C's, excuse my French. You did this mission in RA, or rather the mission did you. Giggity. Yeah, these are some intense oceans here. I'm assuming this mission has a rock bottom going on. It should really be like a mud or a sand bottom with reduced sonar performance, especially with this sea state. Did our intelligence have anything to say about where these boomers are going? Deploying en masse. Does anyone say deploying in masse? Aren't you supposed to, don't you usually say en masse? Maybe that's too colloquial for a radio message. They seem to be heading east. Oh, okay, maybe we should come to the right then here.
Come left to course, 0.
No, I don't want to come
Come
left.
right to course, 0. 8, 2. Helm aye.
Alright, can we really not get any kind of... Well, there's some stuff here to work with. What do we got? No, it's curving over too much up here. Okay, we're getting some straight line behavior. But there's a lot of area that gets straight line behavior. Let's assume this for now. Oh, we've gone further than I realized. We've displaced about almost 3 miles from where we started. 2 miles, 2 miles. Surprised you haven't played Dangerous Water since RA 1.3 something? Holy cripes. Is there a current? I feel like I'm seeing like toad drift or something before these turns. It's not smooth like it usually is. Huh. Can you please realize this is a second track? Why is it always saying we're on track Sierra 2? It's bugging out, dude. This is not the same track. I've never had this issue. I can usually classify 2 different tracks on top of each other. They got different frequencies. Are they too close together?
Con, sonar. I
Oh,
have
there you go.
contact. Bearing 170. Designated Sierra 3.
Okay, CR3 and CR1 should be merged then.
Course 082.
Well, potentially. We actually don't know that for certain. Okay, so the 130, this is the sub. So we're looking for a 50, 140, 180. Does that sound like a real solution? It does indeed. Could be a Grisha. Grisha Piet. Let's see. Medium, unknown. Do it. Whoever these guys are, they're very close together here. Alright, well if we are looking at like a delta or something, third frequency is going to be in the realm of 350 to 400. And we don't seem to be close enough to be getting that kind of data. Someone just like canned their engines or something. I think that went from like bright green to black. Okay, we know that radar's out there, whatever. Excuse me. Doesn't affect me at all. Oh, there's the hedgehog, whatever, RBU. There's not enough bearing rate really to try and hammer down these solutions further at this point. Just have to play the waiting game.
Come right to course 111. Helm I.
Might as well try and get a little closer to him.
Steady on course 111.
How shallow does this little shoal get here? A decent bit. Okay, it's worth remembering as well. Looks like the shallowest point's right about there, 130 feet. Need to not get tunnel vision. We also have to be respectful of our surroundings. See if anything else is slinking around out there. It doesn't seem like it. Seems like these are the only two dudes we're dealing with. Those pings have become more regular. They were kind of irregular there for a bit. At least it seemed that way. Oh yeah, a good chunk of data here to try and mess around with here. We're going for the old straight line, but that's only valid if course and speed have not changed. 10 miles? Does that seem too close? I don't know. How long have we had this guy? "25 minutes. Basically half an hour, 12 knots, 6 miles. Yeah, maybe. It at least doesn't not work. It's not like how long we've had him versus what the solution says doesn't like put them on land or something. But again, all assuming constant course and speed. Well, we seem to be picking up this boomer stronger than this other boat. That doesn't make any sense. The other boat should be noisy as hell. Barely picking it up. Rough solution, Sierra 2. All the way down there at the Cape, huh? There's definitely some kind of interesting kink going on there. Speed change, course change, not sure what. Let's give them about that same course as the other solution. What does that do with the data here? That just brings them even closer. Well, part of me wants to think that Sierra 1 could have turned around, but we wouldn't be hearing those pings. We'd be in the ping baffles. Oh, this thing has 3 screws. Interesting. Maybe just a speed change. Going slower now. Be corroborated by how quiet it seems to have gotten. But it's such a low bearing rate, it's really kind of hard to tell at all. We're gonna say just Delta 3, say something. In that neighborhood for Sierra 2 here. Confidence low. What happened to that tracker for Sierra 3 there? Yeah, if that fainter line back there, the second and third are just Grisha. This thing's definitely like further or quieter. Because if it's like with that submarine and they're running formation, you'd expect the submarine to be a lot quieter. Let's turn in a little bit. We'll lose some bearing rate, but I want to get closer.
Come right to course 1, 3, 4. Helm I.
Gonna bring it in closer. You're gonna do what?
Steady on course 1, 3, 4.
And they're both like holding more or less the same bearing here. Might be diverging slightly. Yeah, they're definitely diverging at this point. Oh, hello. I think I might be seeing a trace here on the broadband intermediate. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, hello. Oh, look at that. Okay, CR2 has changed course. Oh, I also changed course. One of these is kind of erroneous. The second one? Maybe both of these. We'll have to wait for some more data to come in here on that front. Skvorez, hello, thank you for following. Oh, excuse me, swallowed my beer wrongly, poorly. Poorly is a better word. Is that Super Meat Boy? Okay, that's definitely a trace. I'm not going crazy. There's something there. I don't know if that's coming up on the stream. Oh, this guy might be heading into our baffles here. If he has turned east, yeah, he's going to be going into our baffles. Oh, sonar saying Delta 4. 375. I have to concur with sonar. Concur, possible target zig based on bearing rate. I don't even know how to imitate that sound from Red October that it then makes at that point. Con sonar, crazy Ivan. When was the last time we got a Grisha ping? Okay, I thought we lost him for a second. Can we see that trace again? Right here, right at the tip of my cursor. Might get lost in the compression. The video on YouTube later might show, but Twitch might be a lost cause. Bob got to say zig a lot. Yeah, LwAmi did something to make these traces more visible on spherical, but you can't actually, like, mark them. It's, like, below the game's threshold for wanting to be able to acknowledge your mark, if that makes sense. So it's there. There's something at 167. And it's the Delta 4. That's at 167. Okay, so we're seeing the Delta 4 on the spherical. Just the broadband, not the narrowband. Which doesn't also seem to make the most sense. But it is what it is. And he's about to go in our frickin' baffles here if we're not careful. What's the fourth on this dude? 975. Okay, we're not getting 4. I was about to say that's absurd. We need to come easterly a little bit here.
Come left to course. 1, 2, 4. Helm up.
Fragsar, hello. There was a faint 1100 hertz. Oh. Hold on.
Con, sonar, I have a new contact. Bearing.
Boom.
6,
Steady on
4.
course. 1,
Designated
2,
Sierra 4.
4.
Get to call out the zig, but you're like, damn it, gotta start over. That might be another trace right there. That might be the Grisha. I wish I could. Well, I guess that doesn't make sense. So say I wish I could remember the scale I was at on a different sensor. I don't think that necessarily works in the analog days. I guess this isn't analog, is it? LA is all digital. Okay, I think we had just lost the Delta 4 in the baffles, but we're turning now. Okay, we might actually be losing this guy. We might need to go to 2/3 here. Oh, let's look at his trace, his track. 12 knots, is that our assumption? I mean, anything slower and it's much closer than we expected. The brief said east. Could he be this close? If he's going slower, he's going to be even closer than that. That's the thing. And we also got Sierra 4 here to merge up with it. Did those two lines come in at the same time? That latest toad line here and the spherical line? Early digital. It's either digital or analog. There's no... Looks 70% digital. I mean, I know what you're saying. There can be some systems that are analog and digital. I mean, he's going right to left on us, so he's definitely passing us here.
I'll head 2/3. Helmi.
Give me a 10 knots. We're going ballsy. Oh, thankfully we're not cavitating. But we are also going at an angle too, so there's that.
Come left to course. 1, 0, 5. Helmi.
Oh, if we go parallel, that's going to be the issue though, because you can't track a parallel track. 4-bit equals early digital. 2, 4, 8, 16. 16 possible values. Oh, if we can lock it on the broadband, we can get some demon to try and corroborate our datas. Might be too faint still. Not a chance in hell on the toad.
1, 0, 5.
Oh, not saying they were 4-bit. Yeah, okay. That is fine. Gonna need some more water here. I mean, dude's still out. We could probably go north of the shoal and still track him, but that's a big risk. What's up with that Grisha? Maybe another course change? Maybe it was always coming this way? Seems close, dude. We also changed speed on ourselves, speed and course. Data is a little premature. Excuse me. Oh. Some line got out of whack. What the heck happened there? Yeah, those definitely look like the same track. Merge it up. All right, where the heck is this guy at? Who the heck knows? It's definitely going somewhere like this. Don't think he's a concern for us there. Hopefully modern naval warfare will have some good MP. Yeah, definitely multi-station at least. The ability to reconnect to a match. Just better multiplayer infrastructure. Fourth at 500. What? Oh, that's the Grisha. Okay, well, getting confused there for a second. Okay. There's our boy. 156. Still right to left in it. So definitely like heading away from us. We got a strong signal on him. I don't want to go any faster. Can let him get away a little bit. Before we then match speed to keep pace here, but I don't want to do it this close. Was that thunder or was that a jet? Last week or the week before, I had a few jets fly over. I think they were on finals for Joint Base Andrews. Or not necessarily final, but in the pattern. They were too low to just be flying around. Probably F-16s. Any updates when MNW is coming out? I think they said a minimum of 18 months after they got a publisher. And when was that? Like December or something? So, like a minimum summer 2022. Oh, we need to also like maintain continuous comms here. We've not been doing that. Let's slow down a tick.
Make turns for 4 knots, maneuvering high.
Oh yeah, it's lightning, all right, thunder. Lightning. Did anyone ever play a car combat game called Vigilantes? Is that what it was called? It's like Twisted Metal, but called Vigilantes. There's some dude who had like a lightning rod. It's like lightning. They can take your money. Doesn't seem like there's any traffic waiting for us here. Alright, let's secure from this then. continue our pursuit, whatever you want to call it. Is our boy going faster? Still not strong enough for that. I hope it's starting to rain. It is only supporting like these kinds of solutions here. Just seems weird he would be this close, dude. I think the boomer would want to stay within territorial waters there, given the story of Red Storm Rising. He's got to be going faster, dude. I don't think I got the speed fast enough for this guy. Let's go punch that in there.
I'll head 2/3. How am I?
What I really want is better telemetry for the replay. Better ability to see what things are doing. Like when they detect things, when they're shooting things, what their speed actually is. Of course, you can't get any of that with the Dangerous Waters telemetry. Maybe if someone knew how to interpret that replay file, you could, but that sounds like a lot of work for very little reward. I feel like if a solution is just doing this kind of general thing, a general curve, I think you got the wrong speed. This guy may still be heading northerly here. Yeah, I mean, it's curving over, which means getting closer. That's interesting. Worth remembering there. These guys may have like split apart. So we'd actually do well to get away from this guy. I think this thing is a toad. Elk tail dipping. But those are active. Those are active sonars. Does this thing have any passive sonar? I don't know. Just keep on steaming. If a sniper's aiming at you, how will you know? Not for in the game, I mean like in the replay, like the debrief. Dangerous Waters, it doesn't do it because they chose not to.
Sonar, I have a new contact. Bearing 207. Designated Sierra 5.
Oh, we got Sierra 5 at least.
Sonar, I have a new contact. Bearing 095. Designated Sierra 6.
Oh, that's a new pinger. Okay. Well, to the east. Alright. Grisha. TPK 8. Yeah. What am I saying? 8 knots? 10 knots. Not too far off. Ooh. A little worried about that Grisha, but I think it's fine. The heck was this guy? I wish it would tell you the frequency right here. You have to wait for it to come back through again. About our boy Delta 4 here. He's definitely been maneuvering. That much certain. You assume a nice due easterly course like a human would design? Maybe. It's punching a nice due east course. Oh, that bearing rate's getting high on Master 2 there. I feel like we're barely keeping up with the Delta 4 here, but he's still pretty, we're still hearing him well. Still good. In fact, we may even want to slow down with how close this Grisha's getting. Don't want to push it too much here. Excuse me, we may even want to give him like a less favorable active return here, dude.
Come left to course 063. Helm aye.
Oh, course change. We may have just been saved in the nick of time. Question is, due west or a slight change to this way? Good question.
Steady on course 063.
Well, where is he right now? Let's see where a new solution takes us. Not gonna buy that one. I'm gonna say the due west one. Seems to make a little more sense to me. So we may have just actually just dodged a bullet there. I think he just turned away kind of at the last second. We were actually going to be in a bit of a bind there. I don't know about a bit of a bind, but it was going to get tight. Alright, let's resume what we're doing over here.
Course 097. I'll head 2/3. Helm aye.
Oh, I hear that faint pinger off that way, CR6. Ever so faint. Very low bearing rate. Probably even parallel data at this point, so pretty much unsolvable. Looks like it actually may cross over, but it's just so close together, it's really hard to tell. But it seems to be constant course and constant speed in it. All the differences in bends you see are from us changing course. It's all kind of steady back here. Consumes some far as hell away thing at the moment. Are we even getting pings from this dude anymore? Yep. May have turned around. Or maybe he is going at an angle, actually. I don't know. No, he definitely hasn't turned around. I think he actually went at some kind of excuse me, think he went some kind of angle here. Doesn't really match up with where I was seeing him before. Could have also changed speed. Oh, the joys of manual TMA. Could he still be doing the same course he was, but just changed speed? That's also a possibility here. I don't think so. Yeah, I'm going to say no to that. Maybe he went some shallow angle and then changed course again. Who knows? Not really. I'm just kind of trying to keep tabs on him, just make sure he's not getting close to us. That's all I really care about. Keep our eye on the prize here with Master 1. Data support a nice little easterly course here. Can we get anything on this guy? Oh, he's right in the toad baffles. Alright, well, if this guy starts turning in that way, he's gonna start getting away from us really quickly. How far is he? 16,000 yards. I mean, we can still hear him very well. It's not an issue. Just trying to think if I should get closer to their borders or international waters, but if I do that, we'll lose them in the toad baffles there. Guess we have them on the spherical, don't we? Yeah, let's aim for like here.
Come right to course. 1, 2, 2. Helm aye.
Gonna lose them in the toad for a good bit there. Kind of want to bring it in closer for that turn south. I'm assuming he's gonna turn south here. Oh, we might actually be able to hear CR6 now. Nope, too far away. Alright, what does our Master 2 data say? Currently like 14,000 yards according to our current solution. That can work. Actually, that's pretty good right there. Do that. This dude is moving. He is a moving. I don't think we've seen him once on the broadband here for the toad. But we're up in this surface clutter. Can't really do much about that. Oh, I'm starting to faint out a little bit, actually. Getting further away. That's tier 6. Well, look at all that. Goodness, okay. Yeah, there's not much to make of that. Alright, I will be right back.